Hi guys, welcome to Lean's Place. Tonight for dinner I am making Philly cheesesteak style sloppy joes. What I wanted to start by doing is, you could do this in a large frying pan as well. I just like that it keeps the stove a little cleaner to do it in a higher pot. What I'm doing is I'm browning a pound and a half, I think this is a pound and a half of ground beef. And all I did was I salt and peppered it. And I put that side down, and I'm not moving it around yet. I'm going to break it up like you would for tacos or sloppy joes. But what I'm trying to do is get a crust on it before I, before I start breaking it up. So let me run past the ingredients with you really quick, and then I will get back to the chopped meat. In addition to the ground beef, you're going to need some Worcestershire sauce, some ketchup, and about 2 to 4 tablespoons of butter. You're also going to need a small pepper. You can use red or green, diced small. A medium onion, again diced small. And you can also do a cup of chopped mushrooms. My husband doesn't like them, so I'll probably just cook those separately. You're going to need a cup of beef broth, more or less, and about a tablespoon of cornstarch. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing you back around, and I will check. I'm wearing the gloves because I have a burn on my left hand, and I had an unfortunate incident with a wooden railing over the weekend, and I can't get my finger wet for 2 weeks. Okay, so let me just look real quick. Oh, nice. Let me show you what I did. This is slightly frozen still. That's why it's coming in one big piece like this, but it smells like a giant hamburger. But see that nice color on it? I'm going to let the other side do that. Sorry about that. I'm going to let the other side get nice and brown like that, and then I'm going to start chopping it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the meat cooked, and then I'm going to drain it in a colander, and I'm going to come back to the pot that has the grease in it from the hamburger meat, and I'm going to show you what our next step is. So give me a couple minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I just put the chopped meat into a strainer in the sink. There's hardly any fat left over. And into the pan here, I'm going to put a couple, I'll start with 2 tablespoons of butter. Nice and hot, the pan. And I'm pretty much going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the onions and the peppers in. But I want to get a little color on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these in. Oh my god, that smells fabulous already. Okay, so okay, and you know what? I have a lot in here. I'm going to put another tablespoon in. I'm going to melt the butter, and then I'm not going to move the onions around. There we go. Okay, so that's going to go for about 2 minutes. And then we're going to add the chopped meat back into it. I've seen this recipe online, and I was trying to think if we ever had this before. So I asked my husband, and he thinks I maybe have tried something similar, but this seemed like a much better recipe to me. The other one that I tried, I don't remember, like this one has cornstarch in it, so it would make it thicker. And I think the one that I did try was a little bit looser, and I didn't care for it so much. But this one seems promising. So, like I said, it smells really good just with the onions and peppers already. And I think I'm going to get these cooked. And like I said, you're not doing them like 2 minutes. I'm stirring it, and you're really not supposed to be, but I can't help myself. Okay. I'm going to let it go. Alright, I'll come back in 2 minutes when I'm ready to put the meat in, and you can see what the chopped meat looked like too, because I did that a little dark like you're supposed to. Okay, so let me turn off the fan. I only did that because it's like steaming up. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but they have like nice color on them. The onions and the peppers. Beautiful. And I'm going to add the chopped meat back into it. So let me go grab that. And you'll notice the color on the chopped meat as well. I did it so it's a little browner than normal, a little crunchier. Sorry about the steam. I'm going to add that back in. Okay. Give that a stir. I wish this was smell-o-vision for you. Okay, now to this, I'm just going to put a little salt, a little black pepper, give it a stir. Smells so good. Okay, and to this, it says 2 tablespoons of ketchup. I'm just going to eyeball it. 1, 2. And about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Really smells good. Okay, we're going to let that go for a second. Back around this way. We are going to make our thickener. And it's about a tablespoon or so of cornstarch. And then it says a cup of broth. And just stir it up the best you can. Try to get any large lumps out of it. It's not a big deal one way or the other, really. And we're going to add this slurry into the meat mixture here on the stove. Let me go to the other side. Oh my God, I really wish you could smell this. Now we're just going to stir it around, and it's making a lovely thick gravy on it. Lower the temperature on that again. Give it a little taste. Really good. The peppers and onions give it a nice taste, but it's not overpowering, you know. I really like it. I think maybe I could use a tiny bit more salt because I have about just over 1.5 pounds of meat in there. Okay, and then all you need to do now is finish this off. Is you want to put some, the recipe says provolone, which I have and like, but my husband doesn't like that, so he's going to have American and I'm going to have provolone. But he's not ready to eat yet. He's not back from work, so I'm going to put a cover on this, put it on the back burner, and I'll bring you back when I'm ready to put the cheese on and get it on the buns. So we'll be back to finish it off and plate it up in just a few minutes. Hey guys, we're back, and what I decided to do is instead of melting the cheese on top of the meat in the pan, I decided to just stick it on the roll since we're having different kinds. Instead of putting the mushrooms into the sloppy joe with the onions and peppers, I did them separately. And I'm just serving it with some seasoned wedges. So this is nice and piping hot. And I'm just going to... The heat of this will melt the cheese and make it all gooey and delicious. I don't really like regular sloppy joes, but this tastes good. And then, again, you can use any kind of cheese that you like. I have provolone on mine. My husband has American. You can do mozzarella. Swiss would probably be good. Anything that you like, you could add instead. But that is pretty much the recipe. Something different. A cross between a sloppy joe and a Philadelphia cheesesteak. Okay, I hope you guys like the recipe. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Any questions, leave it in the comments section. I will leave the directions in the description box. And don't forget, if you haven't already done so, please hit the red subscribe button.